Welcome to Consolidated Credit's on-demand webinars. Today's webinar is about the beginner's guide to saving and investing. Who we are. At Consolidated Credit, our mission is to assist families throughout the United States in ending financial crisis and solving money management problems through education and professional counseling. Savings are usually put into a safe place, and you can access your money at any time. Savings products include savings accounts, checking accounts, and certificates of deposits. Deposits in these products may be insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation or the National Credit Union Administration, but there's a trade-off for security and fund availability. Your money earns low interest, but after paying off credit cards or other high interest rate debt, most smart investors put enough money in savings products to cover emergencies. Some people make sure they have up to 6 months of their income saved so that they know it'll be there for them when they need it. But how safe is a savings account if you leave your money there for a long time? And is the interest keeping up with inflation? When you invest, you have a greater chance of losing money than when you save. The money you invest in securities, mutual funds, and other investments typically are not federally insured. You could lose your principal, but you also have the opportunity to earn more money. Start tracking your spending. The first thing you need to do is to determine where your money's going. You might be surprised when you see the results of your tracking. You're probably spending more money in some areas than you think. Small expenses can add up quickly. Most people underestimate their small daily variable expenses, like food and gasoline. These things add up over time. You need to record every expense as it happens, either in a notebook, an app on your phone, or budgeting software on your computer. Next, you have to set up a budget, or some people like to call it a spending plan. To manage your money properly and to get ahead financially, you need to spend less than you earn. Record your sources of income and when you receive them. Then determine how much of your income is spent on monthly bills and necessities. Plan how you will spend or save your remaining funds. A spending plan does not prevent you from getting what you want. It actually helps you get what you want. After tracking your spending for a month, it is most likely that you will see some areas where you can cut back to help you keep your budget on track. Next, what are your financial goals? You have to decide what is most important to you and your family. Get everyone involved in your spending plan and prioritize your goals. Stick with your plans and goals and don't give up. Nothing happens overnight, and bad habits are hard to change, but they can be changed. Regardless of what life stage you're in, you're likely to have some short and long-term financial goals. Setting tangible and realistic goals, following them, tracking progress is the key to achieving those goals. If you're married, it's absolutely essential that you and your spouse both share the same financial goals. Develop your plans together and review your progress to make sure you're both contributing and communicating. Once you have an idea of where your money's going, you can start saving. In order to get ahead financially, you need to set aside a percentage of your money. Strive for at least 10% of your gross income. But if that's not manageable for you right now, put aside 5% to start. When things improve, either an increase in income or debt reduction, then strive for 10%. This amount can be increased over time if you're able to. Next, it's important to know why you're budgeting. The reason behind most budgets is to help you spend less than you earn and to show you where your spending weaknesses are. It helps provide a structure for you to get stronger in those areas. Plan for emergencies. There's a general rule of thumb when establishing an emergency fund. It's the size of your fund should be equal to at least 3 months of your living expenses. Note, that's 3 months of living expenses, not 3 months of your income. When calculating expenses, be sure to focus on your needs and not your wants. The whole point of an emergency savings fund is to be able to meet your obligations. This means that you should focus on the necessities to keep your household afloat, things like mortgage, car payments, utilities, insurance, food, and healthcare. And instead of using credit cards, shop with cash or a debit card as often as possible. Pay cash for items under $10 as a general rule, and always for eating out. If you cannot control your credit card spending, stop using credit cards altogether. If you don't consistently pay off your credit cards every month, then stop using them. Don't carry your credit cards with you. Hide them or freeze them in a block of ice so they can't tempt you. Keys to successful budgeting and savings. What are you paying yourself every month? Many people get into the habit of saving and investing by following this advice. Always pay yourself and your family first. Many people find it easier to pay themselves first if they allow their bank to automatically remove money from their paycheck and deposit it into a savings account or an investment account. Here are some rules to live by. Pay yourself first. Minimize use of credit cards. Review insurance coverage and deductibles. Review your W-4 exemptions. Save on utilities by conserving energy and water. You can also try to call your credit card companies and request a lower interest rate or a new monthly minimum payment. Establish a gift-giving agreement with friends and family. Use a list when grocery shopping. Really think about your needs versus your wants. And some other savings tips is like use the library instead of bookstores. You can also get games and movies at the library. And separate your checking and savings account. That way your savings stay in savings and can grow. Avoid paying fees. Use a bank with no ATM fees and avoid paying other fees whenever possible, like late payments on utility bills, late video rentals, etc. Take advantage of sales and coupons. Plan shopping ahead of time and stick to your list. Buy more of the items you use on a regular basis when they're on sale. Combine coupons with sale prices for more savings. Shop around and compare prices. Whether it's on your phone service or car insurance, look around for the best price and value. Check what you're getting for the money and make comparisons based on all the features and benefits. Evaluate your cable satellite TV package. Do you really need all 906 channels? Downgrading your level of service may put more money in your pocket. Calculate your commute. With high gas prices, it may be better to take public transportation or carpool. Try walking or biking if you live close to your destination. Scale back on vacations. Savings doesn't mean to deny yourself a trip, but weigh your options. Your children may have just as fun at a nearby water park as they would halfway around the country. Alter your attitude about savings. Have contests with family or friends to find the best bargains. Low to no cost entertainment. You can go to community concerts and plays or swap games, books, and movies with friends. Experiment with less expensive products and places. Be open to trying brands that cost less and test out inexpensive restaurants and services to take advantage of offers for first-time consumers. Change the need-it-now mentality. Don't let shopping be your feel-better solution. Try to find other ways to unwind, like exercising or reading. When you do shop, weigh every purchase and ask yourself if it's something you must have. Savings is all about you. Pay yourself first. Strive to put at least 10% of your weekly, biweekly, or monthly paycheck in the bank. And remember, you can do it. Too many people underestimate the importance of having a savings account. No, savings can equal big trouble. The absence of an emergency fund can lead to severe financial setbacks. Unforeseen expenses are inevitable. So what happens when you're unable to pay these expenses? Some people resort to payday loans because it's a quick fix. You can literally apply for a payday loan online and get money wired into your bank account the very next day. This is a temporary Band-Aid and not a real solution. Here's some staggering information. According to the Center of Responsible Lending, the average payday borrower gets trapped for over a year paying off a loan, and 44% of borrowers come back as repeat customers. The average interest rates on payday loans are over, get this, 400%. Isn't that something? This is why we stress the importance of having savings. Remember to stash your cash. Once you have your savings fund, you may wonder, where should I keep my money? Remember, this is emergency savings, not an emergency investments. None of this money, not a single dollar of it, should be placed in the stock market. Not even in the most well-diversified blue chip stock fund out there. Another helpful strategy is to find ways to hold yourself accountable for your spending. The people you live with or the people you spend the most time with can be your best defense. Tell them that you're trying to spend less and that you want them to give you a hard time when they see you spending money. Also, make a list of your financial priorities and put it in a place where you'll see it all the time, like a refrigerator door or bathroom mirror, and then make another copy and put it in your wallet. You'll see it each time you go for your cash and spend something. If you want to take it a step further, put small sticky notes on each of your credit cards to remind yourself what you're saving up for. Pay in cash. People typically spend more money when they pay with credit cards or debit cards. Spending is more real when you actually have to take dollars out of your wallet. Track your spending. It doesn't matter if you use your smartphone, a computer program, or paper and pencil to track your spending. Just do whatever works. And remember, what you're writing down is not as important as the act of writing it down. It helps you become more conscious of your spending and helps you stay committed to changing your compulsive spending behavior. Wait 20 minutes. I've read that if you're shopping and you happen to see something that you can't live without, have the store clerk hold it for you for 20 minutes. Go away, wait the 20 minutes. Most people come back, look at it again, and realize they don't really need it after all. You need to fight that compulsive urge. And for online shopping, it's been said that people should wait 24 to 48 hours before buying an expensive item. It'll help you decipher a want from a need. Your money can work for you in two ways. You work for money, your money works for you. When your money goes to work, it may earn a steady paycheck. Someone pays you to use your money for a period of time. When you get your money back, you get it back plus interest. Or if you buy stock in a company that pays dividends to shareholders, the company may pay you a portion of its earnings on a regular basis. Your money can make income just like you. Another way to make your money work is if you buy something that increases in value. For instance, you buy a piece of land that will hopefully increase in value. You want to sell the land in 5, 10, or 20 years, and when someone buys it, you make the profit. Assess your financial state. Calculate your net worth. Add up your assets, including savings accounts, retirement funds, home equity, automobiles, stocks and bonds, furniture, property, jewelry, and anything of value that you have. Next, add up all of your liabilities, outstanding debts. Subtract your debts from your assets to get your net worth. Remember, it's always important to seek the advice of a qualified, well-regarded advisor, but always try to keep your costs low. Bonds are grouped together under the general category called fixed income securities. The term bond is commonly used to refer to any securities that are founded on debt. When you purchase a bond, you are lending money to a company or government. In return, they agree to give you interest on your money and eventually pay you back the amount you lent out. The main attraction of bonds is their safety. If you're buying bonds from a stable government, your investment is virtually guaranteed or risk-free. The safety and stability, however, come at a cost. The rate of return on bonds is generally lower than other securities. When you purchase stocks or equities, you become a part owner of the business. This entitles you to vote on the shareholders' meetings and allows you to receive any profits that the company allocates to its owners. These profits are referred to as dividends. While bonds provide a steady stream of income, stocks are volatile. They fluctuate in value on a daily basis. When you buy a stock, you aren't guaranteed anything. Many stocks don't even pay dividends, in which case the only way you can make your money back is if the stock increases in value. Compared to bonds, stocks provide relatively high potential for returns. Of course, there is a price for this potential. You must assume risk of losing some or all of your investment. A mutual fund is a collection of stocks and bonds. You're pooling your money with a number of other investors. This enables you, in part, as a group, to pay a professional manager or to select specific securities for you. Mutual funds are set up with a specific strategy in mind, and their focus can be nearly anything: large stocks, small stocks, bonds from the government, bonds from companies, stocks and bonds, stocks in certain industries, stocks in certain countries, etc. The primary advantage of mutual funds is that you can invest your money without the time or experience that is often needed to choose a sound investment. Theoretically, you should get a better return on your savings by using a professional than if you were to choose it on your own. But again, remember, we are not financial advisors, and if you want more information, please seek out a financial advisor or planner. For most people, a 401k or 403b is offered by your employer and is the easiest and best place to start investing for retirement. The money is withheld through payroll deductions, and in 2015, you could save up to $18,000 of your pre-tax income and $24,000 if you were 50 or older. If you leave your job, you can roll the account over into a new employer's 401k or your own IRA. A 401k is usually offered by a for-profit company, while teachers and other employees of nonprofits may be offered a 403b instead. SEP stands for Simplified Employee Pension, and this kind of account is used primarily by self-employed or small business owners. As the employer, you can contribute up to 25% of your income or $53,000, whichever is less. These accounts are easier to set up than a solo 401k. And a solo 401k is for a sole proprietor. They make contributions as both the employee and the employer, up to a total of $53,000 in 2015 or $59,000 for someone over age 50. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account, and it's basically a savings account with big tax breaks, making it an ideal way to sock away cash for your retirement. A lot of people mistakenly think an IRA itself is an investment, but it's just the basket in which you keep stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and other assets. Unlike 401ks, which are accounts provided by your company, the most common types of IRAs are accounts that you open on your own. Others can be opened by self-employed individuals and small business owners. There are several different types of IRAs, including traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, and simple IRAs. Unfortunately, not everyone gets to take advantage of them. Each has eligibility restrictions based on income or employment status, and all have caps on how much you can contribute each year and penalties if you take the money out before the designated retirement age. Many financial experts estimate that you may need up to 85% of your pre-retirement income in retirement. An employer-sponsored savings plan, such as a 401k, might not be enough to accumulate the savings you need. Fortunately, you can contribute to both a 401k and an IRA. An IRA can help you supplement your current savings in your employer-sponsored retirement plan, gain access to potentially wider range of investment choices than your employer-sponsored plan, take advantage of potential tax-deferred or tax-free growth. You should try to contribute the maximum amount to your IRA each year to get the most out of these savings. Be sure to monitor your investments and make sure adjustments are done as needed, especially as retirement nears and your goals change. A Roth IRA is a retirement account where you pay taxes before the money goes into your account, and then your withdrawals are tax-free when you take the money out. The benefit of a Roth IRA may depend on the person's tax bracket, both now and when he or she retires. Although there is no upfront tax deduction for a Roth IRA, as there is with a traditional IRA, Roth distributions are tax-free when you follow the rules. And because every penny you stash in a Roth IRA is money, not a tax-subsidized gift from Uncle Sam, you can tap into your contributions at any time, penalty-free. Roth IRAs make the most sense if you expect your tax rate to be higher during retirement than your current rate. That makes Roth IRAs ideal savings vehicles for young, lower-income workers who won't miss the upfront tax deductions and who will benefit from decades of tax-free compounded growth. Roth IRAs also appeal to anyone who want to minimize their tax bite in retirement. And again, as always, seek the advice of qualified, well-regarded advisors. Thank you for joining us for this webinar. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any follow-up questions, feel free to email us at edu@consolidatedcredit.org.